Archangel Michael says, this is not an ordinary message. The light of heaven has been trembling with urgency because what is happening around you is darker than you can imagine. Right now, forces you cannot see are moving pieces on a board, working silently against your life. There is someone who smiles in your presence but whispers behind your back with intent to harm. They think they are hidden, safe, untouchable, but heaven's watchful eyes have seen every move they've made. Tonight, as you read this, the heavens are aligning to finally pull away their mask and expose every dark plan they created against you. Archangel Michael says, you must understand that this revelation is not just a warning, it's a divine intervention. A whisper has traveled through the realm of angels, carrying your name, signaling that enough is enough. The one who works in secret to destroy your peace will soon be brought into the open where everyone will witness their true intentions. The darkness they have cast around your blessings will shatter. What was meant to harm you will soon turn into a weapon of light that will shield you. Their hidden betrayal will be unmasked not by human hands, but by a force so powerful that nothing can stop it. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The days of silent suffering are over. For too long, you have felt pressure and confusion, unable to understand why certain things keep slipping from your grasp. Now you know, it's because of this shadowed figure working silently against you, tying invisible knots around your destiny. But there is a great shift happening in the unseen. Angels are moving fast, breaking chains you didn't even know existed. Your name has been spoken in heavenly courts, and the verdict has already been decided. This person's deception cannot continue. Archangel Michael says, you are surrounded by celestial warriors right now. They are watching every corner of your life, guarding you while they prepare the moment of exposure. Soon, their schemes will collapse like a house built on sand, unable to stand against the fire of truth that heaven is sending. The time has come for you to rise, to see the truth revealed before your very eyes. They will no longer hold the power to manipulate your life in shadows. Heaven has decreed your freedom, and nothing, not even their most cunning plan, can silence that divine judgment. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The one working against you thought they could hide forever. They moved carefully, pretending to support you while secretly plotting to take what is yours. Every word they spoke with false kindness was a dagger concealed behind a smile. But heaven has counted every act, every moment of betrayal, every attempt they made to push you into darkness. Angels have recorded it, sealing their fate, preparing the moment when all their hidden schemes will burst out into the light. Archangel Michael says, you may have doubted yourself, thinking you were imagining these feelings. But you were not mistaken, your spirit felt the weight of their hidden actions. That heaviness is about to lift as heaven steps in to dismantle every shadow placed over your path. What they planned in secrecy will echo loudly across the earth. People will see the truth, and their words will lose all power. The very hands that tried to pull you down will tremble when heaven exposes them for what they are. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Even now, you may feel a stirring in your heart. It's not fear, it's the beginning of liberation. The chains that once bound you are cracking, and heaven is breathing life into your destiny once again. Archangel Michael says, the moment of exposure is near. Their voice will falter, their alliances will crumble, and their name will be known not as a deceiver of light but as a shadow revealed. You will watch as everything they plotted falls apart, powerless against divine truth. And you, chosen and protected, will rise from this trial stronger than ever. Every tear you shed in silence will be repaid with a flood of blessings. Every loss you suffered because of their schemes will return to you multiplied beyond measure. Heaven has spoken, and what has been declared cannot be undone. The divine hand is already moving, and no shadow can resist the power of eternal light that is now defending you. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Archangel Michael says, the winds are shifting in the unseen realm. A storm has been brewing quietly, gathering strength, waiting for the perfect moment to strike, not to harm you, but to scatter every enemy who has dared to plot in the shadows against your life. The person who believed they could manipulate events unseen will soon be brought into the center of divine judgment, where truth cannot be hidden. Heaven's army has been deployed around you like a wall of fire. Each step you take is being watched, each whisper of danger is being intercepted. This unseen betrayal has tried to weave chaos into your destiny, but every thread they stitched is now unraveling under the weight of heavenly light. Every time they spoke against you, thinking no ear could hear, the angels listened. Every false promise, every concealed plan to tarnish your name, was gathered like evidence in the hands of the divine. The trial is ending soon, and the verdict will be seen by all who doubted you. There is no escape for those who walk in secret darkness. When heaven decides to reveal, it does so with brilliance that no shadow can resist. Their hidden faces will be shown, their intentions laid bare, and the judgment will be swift and final. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Even now, you may notice signs around you, faces turning strangely distant, conversations that suddenly fall silent when you enter the room, opportunities that were blocked without reason. These were not coincidences. They were signs of a plot woven tightly around you, yet powerless against divine intervention. Archangel Michael says, do not let fear cloud your vision. This revelation is not meant to break you, but to liberate you completely. The darkness you've been feeling has already been pierced by heaven's light, every step forward now carries the power of truth. The person secretly working against you thought they were clever enough to remain invisible. They underestimated heaven's reach. In just a short time, they will see that every lie has been marked, every plan intercepted, every path of escape sealed. And you will see it too, not from a place of pain, but from victory. You will stand strong as heaven dismantles their schemes one by one, leaving them exposed and powerless to touch you ever again. Type Amen to get blessing 222. For too long, they moved like a shadow, thinking that destiny could be stolen without consequence. They schemed with others, whispered your name in places you were never meant to hear. But heaven has been patient, letting the truth ripen until the perfect moment of revelation. Archangel Michael says, the time of patience has ended. Now comes the time of exposure. Like a storm that breaks suddenly after a long stillness, the truth will come crashing down upon their walls of secrecy. Every ally they gathered will scatter. Every mask they wore will fall away. And in that moment, they will realize that nothing can challenge the decree of heaven, nothing can silence the voice of divine justice. You will not have to lift a hand in retaliation. Heaven itself will fight for you. Every hidden plot will turn to dust, and your name will rise untarnished above the ashes of their deceit. Type Amen to get blessing 666. The angels have been moving in silence, observing every move made against you. Documents have been read, meetings overheard, intentions exposed in the spiritual realm before they ever reached the earth. Heaven has not been idle, it has been preparing for this precise moment. Archangel Michael says, "This is your hour of vindication." For every tear shed in the quiet, there is a heavenly roar preparing to shake the ground beneath those who betrayed you. Their confidence will crumble, and they will see that they were never beyond divine sight. This is why you felt restless lately. Your spirit senses that something is shifting, something powerful is being unleashed to protect you. It is heaven's way of preparing your heart for the unveiling of truth. When it happens, it will not be a whisper but a trumpet blast. The world will see it. What was hidden for so long will stand in full view, unable to deny the justice of heaven's timing. Type Amen to get blessing 101. Archangel Michael says, "The hour is closer than you think." The angels have drawn a divine circle of protection around you, a seal that no enemy can cross. The one who schemed in darkness, thinking they could bend fate to their will, is already feeling the weight of unseen hands tightening around their deception. Every moment they spent weaving lies has brought them closer to this exposure. Heaven has been patient, letting their pride grow until it can no longer hide. Soon, they will stumble into the light of truth, blinded by its power, unable to run from what is coming. You have walked through fire without knowing it, surrounded by betrayal yet carried by invisible wings. Those who stood against you believed you were unguarded, but you were never alone. The light that hovers over your path has been a constant shield, ready to strike the moment danger draws too close. And now, that moment has arrived. The whispering voices that tried to poison your name will be silenced. Their false alliances will crumble, leaving them exposed, and heaven will make sure the whole world knows who stood in shadows plotting against you. Type Amen to get blessing 121. In the coming days, the hidden hands moving against you will tremble. What they buried deep, thinking no one would ever uncover, will surface like a tidal wave they cannot control. This revelation will not only save you, it will bring justice to every silent wound they inflicted. Archangel Michael says, "There is no night so dark that heaven cannot pierce it." Every secret move they made, every whispered word spoken in hidden rooms, was heard by divine ears. The evidence of their betrayal has been laid before the throne, and judgment has already been spoken. The days ahead will feel like thunder rolling across the earth. One by one, their strategies will fall apart. Those who supported them will abandon them, realizing that heaven's light cannot be outrun. When this happens, you will not feel fear, you will feel power. It will be the moment you see heaven rise to your defense, turning every weapon formed against you into dust blown away by divine breath. Type Amen to get blessing 343. For too long, this person believed their own lies. They walked boldly in falsehood, convinced that their darkness was untraceable. They thought they had covered every trail, every hidden message, every scheme to bring you harm. But the watchful eyes of heaven miss nothing. Each step they took left a mark, every plot was recorded. Angels have been preparing this unveiling like a storm building power over the sea, waiting to release its force at the perfect moment. Archangel Michael says, that storm is almost here. The deception that wrapped itself around your destiny is uncoiling. The power that tried to strip you of peace is losing its grip, unable to hold against divine hands pulling it apart. You will rise from this moment renewed. Those who doubted you will see that you were chosen, shielded, and lifted by something greater than human strength. And those who fought against you will know the weight of heaven's justice. Type Amen to get blessing 707. The angels are already moving ahead of you. Doors that were locked are being opened. Chains you didn't see are being shattered. And the very space where they plotted against you is becoming a place where truth will shine so bright that nothing dark will survive. Archangel Michael says, trust this timing. The silence you've endured was not weakness, it was the preparation for a divine roar that will echo across your life. Every plotter will stand revealed, unable to deny what they've done. What seemed like defeat will transform into your greatest vindication. You will witness how heaven bends even betrayal into a stepping stone toward your breakthrough. And when the light shines fully, nothing will ever return to how it was before. Heaven is not just exposing an enemy, it is rewriting your story. The ending they planned for you will never come to pass. Instead, you will step into a new chapter where only truth and victory remain. Type Amen to get blessing 525. Archangel Michael says, the final unraveling has begun. The one who has been secretly plotting against you is now standing on the edge of exposure, trembling unknowingly as the forces of heaven move closer to tearing away their mask. This moment has been foretold in silence, prepared carefully by angelic hands for your protection. Even as you read this, divine messengers are shifting unseen barriers, setting events into motion that cannot be stopped. Hidden messages, private meetings, and deceptive agreements that once worked against you are being dragged into the open. Every lie they told is turning into a rope that will bind their own deceit. The darkness they used to cover their actions is thinning. What they believed was their safest hiding place is now becoming their own trap. The more they try to conceal, the more visible they become under heaven's blazing light. You have walked through silent storms of betrayal, yet here you stand, unbroken, because divine hands never let you fall. Now, justice will speak louder than their false words. The whole world will witness how heaven lifts the veil on every enemy that has dared to touch your destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Soon, you will notice sudden shifts, friends turning distant, messages being intercepted, whispers reaching your ears that reveal more than they intended. These are not accidents. They are fragments of heaven's plan to prepare you for the full revelation of truth. Archangel Michael says, remain still and watch. The victory does not require your fight, it requires your faith. As you stand firm, the darkness that tried to overtake you is collapsing, unable to survive under the judgment now descending upon it. The one who worked in shadows against you will try to hide when this storm breaks. But heaven allows no escape from divine justice. Every false alliance they built will crumble, leaving them exposed and unable to harm you again. This exposure is not just a warning, it is your breakthrough. The chains tied to your blessings will fall. Doors that were locked because of their interference will burst open. And every loss you endured will be repaid with divine abundance. Type Amen to get blessing 414. For many nights, they believed they were safe. They thought heaven was blind to their treachery. But what they never understood is that every breath, every thought, every step they took in betrayal was already recorded by angels waiting for this moment. Archangel Michael says, now the record is complete. The evidence of their deceit has been weighed, and the judgment is sealed. This moment of revelation is not to shame you, it is to restore everything they tried to take. You will rise from this as a living testimony that no darkness can overtake the chosen. Those who once whispered against you will be silenced by the roar of heaven's justice. Their downfall will not come from human hands but from divine power striking in perfect timing. When you see it unfold, you will know that heaven never left your side. Every hidden attack will transform into a divine shield that not only protects but elevates you higher than you imagined possible. Type Amen to get blessing 616. Even as their schemes collapse, heaven is preparing your ascent. The very ground they tried to pull from under your feet will become the foundation of your rise. Their attempts to break you will serve as the evidence of why heaven must now bless you beyond measure. Archangel Michael says, "Stand in this promise." The shadow they cast over your path is dissolving, replaced by a light so powerful it will heal every silent wound. You are stepping into a chapter where truth reigns, and betrayal has no voice. This unveiling is not just about exposing an enemy, it is about proving that divine justice is always stronger than earthly deception. Those who doubted you will see your vindication. And those who conspired against you will face the full weight of truth. Heaven is writing a victory so profound that no one will ever question your strength or your protection again. The betrayal that once tried to destroy you will only magnify your destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 303. Archangel Michael says, "The circle of light surrounding you is now tightening, making it impossible for the hidden enemy to move undetected. The unseen chains that once bound your blessings are snapping one by one. The same hands that tried to pull you into despair are now being forced into the open, unable to resist the divine revelation. Each day brings a deeper shift. Heaven has been silently rearranging events, ensuring that everything this enemy did against you will turn into undeniable proof of their intentions. The time when they could manipulate others against you has ended, their influence is fading like smoke in the wind. This is not an ordinary unveiling. This is a heavenly decree, a moment when justice takes form and walks visibly through your life. The weight of divine truth is descending like a mighty river, washing away every trace of falsehood, leaving only clarity and vindication. And you, the chosen one, will stand in awe of how heaven orchestrates this moment. You will not need to raise your voice or defend yourself. The exposure will be so powerful that even those who once doubted you will speak in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 434. For too long, this hidden betrayer has disguised their malice with false smiles. They believed that their cunning was stronger than divine wisdom. But the moment they raised a hand against you in secret, they set into motion a judgment that cannot be escaped. Archangel Michael says, "Every lie told in your absence is now becoming a sword of truth that will cut through their falsehoods. The same shadows they hid in are turning into bright mirrors reflecting their intentions for all to see. What they whispered in private will soon be heard by many. What they did in silence will be shouted in the open. The great exposure will not only end their schemes but will also bring restoration to your life that no human hand could achieve. This is why the heavens have been restless, why this message has reached you now. The time of hidden battles is over. The victory that was promised to you is unfolding before your very eyes. Type Amen to get blessing 858. You may feel the stirring already, small changes, unexpected revelations, uneasy confessions from people connected to your betrayer. These are signs that the shield of secrecy is breaking apart. The truth can no longer stay hidden because heaven has declared its time to rise. Archangel Michael says, "Your spirit has been strong through trials you did not deserve. You bore burdens in silence, believing no one saw the pain. But every tear you shed was collected by angels, every cry heard, every wound marked for healing. Now, the betrayer will taste the weight of their actions. They will see that divine hands are not bound by earthly deceit. Their power will collapse, leaving them to face the truth they thought they could bury forever. This will be your season of unveiling, a moment when you step out of darkness into undeniable victory. Those who once aligned with your enemy will come seeking your forgiveness, realizing they stood against the chosen one." Type Amen to get blessing 232. The heavens are roaring with justice. Angelic warriors are descending into the very places where betrayal was born. Locks are breaking, secrets are spilling, and the darkness that once claimed control is scattering like dust under a rising sun. Archangel Michael says, "This moment has been long awaited. You have walked through valleys of silence, thinking you were abandoned, but you were being carried by hands unseen. Those who betrayed you thought they had won, yet they were unknowingly walking into their own downfall. Every plan they made is now collapsing. Every false victory they celebrated is turning into a chain that will bind only them. The same mouth that spoke against you will tremble when faced with heavenly truth. And you will not simply be spared, you will be elevated. The very story of this betrayal will be transformed into a testimony of unshakable protection and overwhelming blessings flowing into your life." Type Amen to get blessing 999. Archangel Michael says, "The heavens have now opened fully, and the moment of divine reckoning is at hand. The unseen betrayer is trembling as their shadowed walls begin to crack. There is nowhere left to run, no alliance strong enough to shield them from the exposure that has already begun to unfold. The hands that worked in darkness are now bound by truth. The same schemes that once threatened your peace are collapsing like fragile glass under the weight of heavenly fire. The angels are moving with speed, carrying out the final stages of justice that will change your life forever. Every whispered plot is echoing loudly in the spiritual realm. Every step they took to harm you is now being revealed to those who must see the truth. The heavenly trumpet is sounding, signaling that their season of hidden power has ended. And you, chosen one, are being lifted from the shadows into a radiant light that no darkness can extinguish. This is your divine vindication, a turning point that even your enemies will have to acknowledge. Type Amen to get blessing 717. The earth itself will feel the shift. Relationships tied to this betrayer will suddenly unravel. Allies who stood by their side will scatter in fear of being caught in the wave of justice that is descending. The same tables they used to plot against you will now bear the evidence of their downfall. Archangel Michael says, "Do not underestimate what is happening. This is not only a human unveiling, it is a celestial decree. The betrayal was deep, the darkness intense, but the force of heaven is unstoppable, turning every hidden weapon into dust. What was meant to destroy your destiny will now become the reason you rise higher than ever." The chains of deceit are not only breaking, they are being burned away forever. The betrayer will have no path back into your life, their name will be stripped of power over you. As the divine winds blow stronger, you will see favor and blessings rushing toward you with unstoppable force. Doors once slammed shut will open with divine authority, and no enemy will be able to close them again. Type Amen to get blessing 383. This exposure is only the beginning of your transformation. Heaven is not only revealing your enemy but rewriting your story. What was planned as a snare will become the stage of your greatest elevation. Archangel Michael says, "The light descending now is fierce yet merciful. It burns away lies and betrayal but lifts the innocent with healing and restoration. You have been found worthy of protection beyond human understanding, and now, heaven is sealing your victory. The betrayer will face a silence they cannot escape. Their voice will lose its influence. Their shadow will dissolve in the presence of your rising light. They will watch as the blessings they tried to steal overflow into your hands. Your name will be spoken not in whispers of deceit but in proclamations of triumph. The same path once darkened by treachery will shine with the glory of divine justice. Nothing will ever be able to take this victory from you. Type Amen to get blessing 505. And when it is done, you will stand in awe of heaven's perfect timing. What seemed delayed was only preparation for a victory so great that generations will speak of it. The betrayer will serve as a warning to others who think they can harm the chosen without consequence. Archangel Michael says, this is the final chapter of their deception. Their fall will be witnessed by many, but your rise will be celebrated by all who see the hand of heaven upon your life. You will walk forward free from fear, unchained from hidden attacks. Your future will no longer be touched by those who sought to destroy it. The light of this moment will follow you, guiding you into a season of miracles and unshakable blessings. The heavens have spoken. The betrayer is exposed. Justice is served. And your destiny shines brighter than ever before. Type Amen to get blessing 1111.